Okay, so for this category of question, it's quite common. Okay, you might have already seen it in Sec 2, but you might find it difficult in Sec 2. Okay, so again, when you look at a question, if the question talk about distance and speed and time, then I would suggest you draw out the triangle. I suggest you draw out the triangle first, then extract out the information that you can get. So the distance is 80 kilometer. The speed is x. So we are interested in the time, which is in hours. So according to the formula, time will be distance over speed. So you take whatever distance that you have and whatever speed that you have. So that will be the time. So this is the time taken for the journey. Okay, so the person is going to return by the same route. So return. So now it's coming back. And when it is returned by the same route, obviously the distance will be the same. Okay, so it's like from point A to point B now, he's coming backward. So the distance shouldn't change. But where else the speed is a little bit more. The speed is x plus 6 kilometer instead of the x kilometer. So the time for the return journey still same formula, distance over time. It is still 80 kilometer. The speed is the new speed. So you will get 80 over x plus 6 hour. So the return journey is taking this amount of time. Okay. So you are given a difference. The difference between the two journey is 50 minutes. So do take note that your timing has been in terms of hours. So you do need to convert the 50 minutes to 50 over 60 hours, which is 5 over 6 hours. So your job is to take the difference, and the difference will be 5 over 6 hours. So when you're supposed to take the difference, you must find out the bigger, it should be always big minus small. So these are the two timings. So which are the longer timing? So you got to figure out which one is the longer timing and which one is the shorter timing. So if you observe carefully, when he's returning, his speed is faster. If his speed is faster, this will be the shorter time. This will be the longer time. So in the return journey, the speed was faster. So if you have a higher speed, that means you can come back further. I mean, you will take a shorter time. So this is the shorter hour, and the first hour is the longer hour. So it's a bit like big minus small. So if you would like to form the equation, you do a big minus small. Big minus small is 5 over 6. And same thing, you will also try to make same denominator so that you can subtract, so that you can make it into a single fraction. Okay, so cross multiply. So once you hit the single fraction, the usual steps will be to cross multiply. Cross multiply and bring over. Okay, when you cross multiply and bring over, if you realize that it doesn't look like the equation that you wanted, okay, so you can look at the difference. It's actually a divide by 5. So you divide by 5 on both sides, and eventually it will get you to the same equation. then you do the solving. So whether you can prove it or not, you do the solving as per normal. It doesn't matter. Okay, so sometimes you might choose to solve first because you know that you need more time and time may be running out. So let's earn the solving marks first. Okay, so I'm quite sure you will know how to continue. So upon continuation, okay, this is what you'll be getting. You'll be getting 2 answers. And in this case, the answers are not nice. So do write out the not nice answer first before you round off to 3SF. So write down the not nice answer first, then you round off to 3SF. Okay, so what's the rationale for doing this? Because later on, right, I might need to use one of the answers. And if I need to use one of the answer, I will use the decimal answer. I will not be using the 3SF answer. Okay, so this one, I'm supposed to find the time for the return journey. So if you look, the time for the return journey is this one. So this is the time for the return journey. You need to insert a value of x. So again, with the same kind of idea, I will explain this, and I'll be choosing the x that is positive. But I will use the more decimal. Then from there, I calculate time for the return journey. Okay, so usually, right, it's quite easy, but the conversion can be a problem for some of you. Okay, so look here. So you just punch calculator. Again, you will get a chain of decimal. So how are you going to get it to hours and minutes? So we want it in hours and minutes, and we want it to be the nearest minute. Okay, so you see a whole number. This whole number is the hour. And you see the decimal. The decimal will be the one that you multiply by 60. So you pick the decimal for you to multiply by 60. So you will get something like this. And then, because the question said nearest minute, so I will put it to 57 minutes. So the conversion is the one that some students get stuck. They don't really know how to convert to hours and minutes after solving for x, after using the x. Okay, so that is a general procedure of how a real-world context in speed looks like.